like that fight. It's a good fight. That's that's a close one. But I think Chris will probably have a chip on his shoulder. He's down, especially coming off that big knockout loss. He's gonna want it back. So I think he's gonna walk through. He's not gonna walk through him. It's gonna be a tough fight. It's gonna be a hell of a fight. I'm really looking forward to that one. But I got my smart money is on Chris. I think he'll be able to squeeze out those rounds, especially.
It's an interesting fight. Gegard's been looking good as well, so I'm gonna go with Mousasi on that one.
Man, that's another sick fight. I like my boy Weidman, man. I think he's very well-rounded, insane wrestler, great grappler, and mentally, there's not too many guys tougher than him. So Weidman for me.
That's such a cool fight, man. Gegard right now is just on another level, man. I say he's just like he's turned Super Saiyan or something, man. He's on GOAT level, man. Plus his experience. The thing is, like, people usually tend to go down the older they get. Like, he seems like he's getting up, he keeps getting better. He keeps looking fluid, man, and it all matters on how Chris Weidman's going to come out that fight. I think that's the biggest thing. Chris has taken he took a really bad loss to Yoel last time, and I don't know. I think if he tries to take Gegard down, but then Gegard's so nasty on the ground, I think Gegard's got it for sure. I think he's way more well-rounded, and I just think he's in for a title, man. If not, give him the fight with Anderson.
Oh, man. I'm a huge fan of Chris Weidman, but he hasn't really been the same in the last couple fights. So I think Gegard's going to win because Gegard's very smart.
Gegard Mousasi. I'm sorry to say it. Chris is having a tough run right now, and I think it continues. Gegard's on a whole new level right now, man. He is running through a lot of the guys at the top, and he has a crazy skill set. He's, Luke Rockholt beat Chris Weidman. Gegard Mousasi will beat Chris Weidman, I think, in the same kind of way. He's the more complete fighter. He can kickbox, he can box. He's so calm. His demeanor is so calm and relaxed on his feet. I feel like he'll just be able to, outwork Chris in a lot of positions. And I think it'll be a great fight, though. I'm not sure we'll get a finish, but I'm taking Gegard Mousasi.
I would lead towards Chris Weidman. He's a gamer. He kind of gets a little lackadaisical and lays back in some of his fights, but when he wants to be on, I think his striking's probably better. But if Weidman just keeps the pressure on and takes him down, I think he can secure the win there.
I'm going with Weidman. I've always been a fan of Weidman's. I'm rooting for him on a comeback for a title run.
I like Gegard, man. He's just like a Frankenstein killer. Like Weidman, don't get me wrong. He's been there and done that, beat the best Anderson and these guys. But Mousasi's just no bullshit. He's just stone-faced killer, and I think he'll get the job done. Especially after getting knocked by Yo Romero, man. When you get knocked out like that, it affects you. It makes you hesitant, and it kind of, breaks your jaw down a little bit.
That's another good one. I'd say probably, I didn't even actually really know about that fight till now, but I'll take Weidman on that. Just wrestling base, overall guy. I think he'll win by decision or something like that.
Man, I'm a huge Chris Weidman fan, but I'm gonna have to give it to Mousasi. I'm gonna have to give it to him, man. That guy's he's legit. I don't know how he's gonna win, but I just don't see the fire in Chris Weidman like he was. I'm gonna have to give it to Mousasi. That's just my opinion.
I'm gonna go with Chris Weidman. I think that he just had he had that tough loss or whatever, but Gegard is good. He's real relaxed and methodical, and he always have that same look on his face no matter what's happening to him, and his jiu-jitsu and his wrestling is on point. But I think Weidman has just as good as wrestling and maybe as good as jiu-jitsu as he does, but Weidman I think has better striking. We'll just see who gets knocked out first. I think that'll be a fight that'll be mostly a stand-up war.
I want to say Mousasi because I love Mousasi. He's one of my favorites. I guess I tend to lean towards people with the similar body types as me and stuff, and I really like Mousasi. I'm a huge fan of his. He's struggled in the past with good wrestlers. He has. I think people aren't acknowledging that as much, but if I have to pick, I want Mousasi to win, so I guess I'm going to say Mousasi.
I'm a Mousasi fan, man. I've been, he was one of my first fighters that I liked when I started, so I also think he's one of the best fighters in the world, so I don't see anyone beating him, other than like getting caught with a crazy shot.